So greetings from Pennsylvania once again. And today is Journey's End for the Horseshoe Trail. So we started this a couple years ago. 140 miles long, started in Valley Forge. I was gonna bring the other map along. The purple lizard map that has the whole Horseshoe Trail on it for eastern Pennsylvania, but I forgot to bring it. But anyway, maybe I'll insert that here. Actually, yeah, I think that's what I'll do. Yeah, so here is the purple lizard map for eastern Pennsylvania, southeastern Pennsylvania. Here's Valley Forge Historic Park. That's where the Horseshoe Trail starts. Made our way up through Chester County into the whole, what they call the Big Hopewell Woods area, French Creek State Park, Birdsboro Waters. Made our way into Berks County. There's Adamstown. There's Middle Creek. Down into Lebanon County. There's the Clarence Shock Memorial Park. Up to Hershey. Then we had some road walking up through here. Then we made it up through into Stony Valley, and then gonna finish this section up here today at the top of Stony Mountain. Yes, hopefully that gives you just a quick synopsis once again of what the Horseshoe Trail was, the length of it, and the things we did along the way. But this is it. This is Journey's End. I'm back here in Stony Valley. This is Friday morning, February, April 26th. We were just here back on Tuesday. We did this section that was up that way. I'll show that in a moment. But now we're gonna head back out and finish it out today. Let me show you the map, the shorter map. Yeah, so in the last section we parked here for the rail trail along Stony Creek and crossed the creek. We bushwhacked up to this section. That's where I fell in the creek. Bushwhacked up to here. Well, actually, didn't have to do much of bushwhack. We got to the power line. Then we hiked the 3-mile section out to here, got to the rail trail, and made our way back. So I'm parked back here again, but this time we're gonna bike all the way up here. Got my bike ready over there. So we're gonna bike up to here, about 3 miles, find a place to stash my bike in the woods here, and then we'll hike on up here. Of course, this is still the rail trail, but I've been walking the whole Horseshoe Trail, so I'm just gonna continue to do that. You could bike this, but since I've been hiking it, that's what we'll do. And then we'll make our way all the way up to the terminus up here at the top of Stony Valley. So that is the plan today. Got the action camera on the bike. I'll film a little bit on the way out there. I should say this, I've been on all parts of this section of the Horseshoe Trail, not for the sake of hiking the Horseshoe Trail, just from hiking other trails out here in Stony Valley. And we'll be going past the abandoned ruins of the one town called Ratland Run. I think I filmed a video of that last fall, but we'll go past there on our way up there. Anyway, along the way I'll probably be giving a few final thoughts of the Horseshoe Trail, what I thought of it, and things like that, some advice. But anyway, let's quick blab and then let's finish out this journey. So they are still resurfacing this rail trail. I know when we were here on Tuesday we kept encountering those dump trucks, but they're out here again today. So about halfway there, about another 1.5 miles to go till we get to the Horseshoe Trail. It goes a lot quicker on a bike. Yeah, like Tuesday we hiked back this way. Took a lot longer. Up here is the 3-mile marker, that orange cone up there. So the Horseshoe Trail should just be just past here a bit. Yep, 3. All right, just like that, we're here. But it took me about half an hour to get down here. I wasn't going super fast or anything, but here's the Horseshoe Trail. This is where we came down in the last episode. Of course, we were up kind of on the slopes of the mountain up there and came down the valley up here. So we're gonna head that way now. We have the yellow blazes here in the tree. So about another 2 miles on the rail trail, and then we head up, like I said, up to the top of Stony Mountain. So, all right. So I just gotta find a place to stash the bike, hide it out here somewhere, and then we'll get going. All right, so I have it stashed up there in the woods. I can barely see it. I have it covered with leaves and stuff. Not that, I don't think too many people are gonna come by here today, but anyway, unless you're really looking for it, you won't find it. I know, I don't have a, what do you call it? A lock for it yet. Get one of those. All right, so now we head down about another 2 miles down the rail trail. Yeah, so finishing up the Horseshoe Trail. Like I said, I could have biked this 2 miles here on the rail trail, but like I said, we're going to be a purist. Since I've hiked or walked all of the Horseshoe Trail, we're going to continue that tradition by walking it. So, but you can bike this section. Actually, you could bike all the way up a little bit further too. Folks do. All right, here we go. Like I said, as we walk along this flat section of the rail trail, I might give a few final thoughts of the Horseshoe Trail. Because this 2 miles will be fairly easy. But then, like I said, we got some uphill hiking to get to the top of Stony Mountain, which I know from experience isn't the easiest. And we've been up there before. There's a marker up there on the mountain, the western terminus. We've been there before. Actually, I paid one of my channel stickers up there last year, I think. Never heard from anybody if they found it or not. Actually, I think someone did go look for it. It wasn't theirs, but never heard from the person who found it. Yeah, but as we focus on some final thoughts for the trail, I'll keep my eyes open for wildlife and stuff here too. But let's focus on some good things first. Of course, this is a long distance trail, and it's kind of cool because as far as long distance hiking goes in southeastern Pennsylvania, there's not a whole lot of options. There's a number of long distance trails in other parts of Pennsylvania, but not so much in this region. So that's a plus. And it goes through some beautiful sections, including where we are now, and through a number of public parks, and even some of the private property sections are really beautiful too. And that's a plus, getting to hike on land that you normally wouldn't, because it goes through private property. And even some of the road walking, not my favorite thing to do in the world, but I've learned to kind of like it a little bit because you still get to see the beautiful scenery of Pennsylvania. Then I went to hike with Day Hike Dave. We were talking about some of those sections through Chester County with all the beautiful horse farms, and it was still a beautiful walk. And you still get to see the beautiful scenery and countryside that is Pennsylvania. And another plus for me, I think I talked about this the last episode of the Horseshoe Trail, is just the variety of terrain that you find on the Horseshoe Trail. Like you'll be in places like this. You're walking. Other times you're walking through residential neighborhoods, road walking through meadows and fields. It's just constantly changing. It's not the same old. Sometimes like people talk when they hike on the Appalachian trails, it's like hiking through a green tunnel. Every day it's kind of like the same, but something like the Horseshoe Trail is very varied. It gives you different scenery, which I like too. That's a plus. In some sections, even if you do like just a couple mile section, the scenery changes and changes and changes every half mile or mile or so. Another plus would be the number of access points. Most of the trail, most of the sections are fairly accessible when it comes to parking and stuff, which is a good thing. Some long distance trails have more issues with that, especially if they're more remote. Access can be limited, but the Horseshoe Trail, because it goes through a more busy area of Pennsylvania, there's a lot more access points if you want to hike. But if you're thinking about hiking the Horseshoe Trail, especially like all of it like I did, I would encourage it greatly. A few things to keep in mind, which I'll talk about next, the more negative aspects of it, but if you keep those in mind, know what to look for. I mean, I've filmed all of it, so there were some problem sections, which my videos point out. But those problem sections probably change over time too. Some of those areas might get fixed, and then anyway, things happen. So yeah, it was it was a challenge in a way, but I'm glad I did it. I think I planned to do it years early, and I just kind of hesitated. Different things were going through my mind, but I'm glad I chose to do it. So if you're thinking about doing it, go for it. Now it's time to bring up some of the more negative aspects of the trail. I think some of you might know what one of the main ones was for me, and that was poor blazing. When I say blazing, that's the paint marks they put on the tree, like the little rectangle, and the horseshoe trail's the yellow blazed. You know, to be honest, most of the trail was blazed beautifully, correctly, but it was just, there's sections where it's just very, when you get to the really critical sections where it gets really confusing, there's just time and time again where it was just not really clear where to go. Yes, you have a map and you have apps on your phone and all that kind of stuff, but the trail should guide itself. You shouldn't have to be looking at all that. When you get to a confusing spot, it should be really clear. The horseshoe trail goes this way, but too many times it just, I don't know. And then there were other times where it was just blazed incorrectly. And recently there was a spot where it was the double blaze telling you to turn, but there was no turn there. Anyway, so I don't know. I don't know if that's just, I don't know, poor maintenance on some sections, or just someone who doesn't understand blazing. I'm not sure, but that was a problem. But don't let something like that ruin your ambitions to hike the horseshoe trail. You know, I was able to figure things out, and you'll be able to as well. It's just something to keep in mind. Of course, you know, some of those sections might have been fixed as of now too. I've been doing this for several years. And there might be new sections that are confusing, because sometimes, you know, they have like signs up sometimes for the trail to go this way, and vandalism or the weather knocks things down too sometimes. But yeah, but like I said, most of the trail was blazed greatly, so it's just a few problem areas. And another issue that Day Hike Dave asked me about, and I thought about, is the whole concept of through hiking the horseshoe trail. I kind of section hiked it. You can through hike it, but as of now there really is no places really to sleep overnight. There's no shelters or anything. You could do what I call stealth camping. You could, you know, have your tent or hammock off in the woods somewhere. There's no real shelters like you have on the Appalachian Trail. But that's definitely an improvement they could make, I think. I don't see, it's 140 miles, so I mean, it goes through plenty of places on public land. I know putting up shelters sometimes encourages other people to camp there who are not hiking the trail. There can be issues there, but I really think there's enough spots, especially like I said, on public land, to put up overnight shelters designated for the horseshoe trail. I think that would greatly encourage more people to hike it, like to do the whole through hike thing. So I'm not sure why they haven't done that yet. The trail's been around for a while, but that would definitely be a plus. Right now I would say it's kind of negative that they're not there. We got mile marker number 4. So 1 more mile till we start heading uphill hike. Actually, we go through a gap in Sharp Mountain first, and then we head up Stony Mountain. One more negative thing. I think I did 3 positives, so we'll do 3 negatives. Yeah, the one more negative would be some of the private property sections. I mean, there were plenty of private property sections that were inviting and welcome, but there were some that, as soon as the trail crossed their property, they had all these posted signs. It made it sound like you were not, it made it look like you were not allowed on the trail and things like that. I know, talk with several people on the trail, and that bothered them too, because it's a public trail, but I'm not sure what's up with that, because in order to put the trail on that property, they had to get permission from the property. But I'm thinking maybe there was a transfer, you know, someone else bought the property after the fact and doesn't like the horseshoe trail going through their land, but you know, it's kind of too late because that easement has been established. They make it quite hot. They're quite hostile to hikers. It makes you feel like you're trespassing and stuff, but you're not. But I believe that's something that needs to be addressed as far as the trail goes. Because it was kind of confusing at times. You're like, I mean, they make it look really like you're not allowed there and stuff. So they need to try to address that issue with those property owners.
because it's not right. And it's doesn't necessarily make you feel safe sometimes either. You worry that, you know. Anyway, it's some good things, some bad things. All right, but don't let none of that stop you from doing the trail. Take up the challenge and do it. So there's a trail. It's been a while since I've been here, but I don't see any yellow. I didn't see any indications to turn. It doesn't look like what I remember either. I think we'll go on a little bit more. If I see another yellow, we'll look for another yellow blaze down this way. Anyway. Well, we didn't get to mile marker 5, so I don't think that is it. Yep, more of those trucks coming through. Yes, you have faded yellow blaze on that tree, and there's mile marker 4.5, so we have like another half mile to go yet. Here's another set of these rail holders. Yeah, in our last episode I showed you 2 sets, but they were, one was always missing, but here you got the one and you got the other one. So remember, they would stack rails on these, you know, for the railroad. Those long metal pieces. So in case there was a breakdown, you know, within a couple miles of here, they could come get the rails from here instead of having to, you know, get them from farther away. Some people think they're tombstones. They kind of look like that, but that's not what they are. They're long enough just to stack a couple of rails on. And mile marker 5, so not too far up ahead here. Should our trail will, well, the rail trail will continue on for quite a while, but our horseshoe trail will head off to the left. Also, it's also called the Ratland Run trail. It goes by different names. All right, I think this is the spot. Oh yeah, I see the name of the trail there. They do have a double blaze on the tree up here. Yeah, they've redone this too. Yeah, there's the double blaze. Yeah, the Ratland Run trail. Wow, this has changed a lot. Yeah, there's the yellow blaze on top. Yeah, last time I was here, this was nothing at all like this. Wow. I think I liked it the way it was. Anyway. We gotta hike a ways up here. Yeah, I wasn't expecting this at all. Man, I was here, whew, like I said, a good time ago, 6 years or more ago. And it was more just like a trail going up there. You could kind of tell it was an old road, but I mean, it gives them access to areas up here. So, but wow, it just looks a lot different. It's more like a road walk yet too. But the final section of Horseshoe Trail is not like this, so. Yeah, time to be totally honest, I'm not enjoying this part right here. It is uphill, but it's totally not what it used to be. Straight uphill here in the sun. Used to look a whole lot different. I'll talk a little bit about that later when we get to the top here. I feel like they could do something different with the Horseshoe Trail through here, but just my opinion. But like I said, thankfully it won't be like this all the way to the top of Stony Mountain. Yeah, those trucks are coming up this way too, because they're struggling to get up this hill. So they must be redoing the whole Ratland Run trail. Goes all the way up past the Stony Valley Fire Tower, the radio towers, and then back down the mountain again past where we parked. So I guess they're redoing the whole thing. Kicking up a ton of dust. There's one more coming, we'll just wait. Not really how I wanted to finish out my Horseshoe Trail hike or journey, but oh well. It'll get better in a bit. And here's the top. Somewhere up here is the, what they call it, the Kebab monument. Hoping it wasn't destroyed. Thought it was right up here somewhere. Oh, need to take a break, I think. Yeah, it looks like they're dumping stone just up there. Yeah, just a little bit concerned. I know there was that monument. I forget what it was for, but just up here is the ruins of Ratland Run, too. Some of the foundations were right next to this old road. I'm kind of concerned, too. All of a sudden, man, I guess we'll start making our way up through there. All right. Yes, eventually we're headed up to the top of Stony Mountain up there. Yeah, I thought that it's called the Kebab monument. Like I said, once again, I forget what it was for. I'm pretty sure it was back as soon as you get up to the top of that hill. Maybe I'm wrong, but I don't know. Yeah, some of those foundations I'm talking about are just up here. Actually, maybe this is it right here. They got something all wrapped up in caution tape and everything. Yeah, this is it. Okay, so it is still here. I was starting to worry. Annually, a group of people interested in, hold on a second, the great outdoors, interested in God's great outdoors. Hold on, I'm trying to pull this aside. Returned to this spot where on October 21st, 1934, the Kebab Hiking Club of Harrisburg and vicinity was founded. Yeah, it is called the Kebab Monument. So it's still here. I hadn't seen it. I thought it was farther back, but it's still here. And they are protecting it. They got the caution tape around it. All right, that's good. Wasn't sure there. All right, we gotta keep our eyes open. Because like I said, the Horseshoe Trail will head up that way soon. And there's still a yellow blaze on that tree amidst all this chaos here. Yes, we're getting up to where that town of Ratland Run is. Like I said, I just hope they didn't ruin any buildings on the, well, the foundations on the side of the road. So there's a double blaze on this tree here, so our trail should turn somewhere up here. Man. Oh yeah, right here's another double blaze. Where is our trail? Is this it right here? Oh my goodness. Oh, I see a blaze in there. Yeah, so this is what we want. I guess our village is up here. I guess it wasn't. For some reason I thought there were some foundations along the Ratland Run trail up there. Maybe, I don't know. Like, it's been a while since I've been back there, but we were up here this past fall, up this way. Oh yeah. Hear the ravens. Just like that, we're in the, this is what we want, in the wilderness. Yeah, right here are those foundations. So they're safe. I guess, yeah, like I said, we were here last fall, but I guess in my mind I was thinking that there were some foundations along that coming up. Maybe there were, I don't know. But this is, yeah, here they are. Like I said, we filmed here, I think it was last fall. This is the town of Ratland Run. It was one of the old coal mining towns back here. There's a number of these foundations up here. Like I said, this is what I was waiting for today. Here's another foundation. Down there's another one, because we filmed all that already. And it looks like there's a red blaze trail that goes down through here. It looks like someone reblazed this recently. You can see the fresh paint marks. But we gotta head up this way to the top of Stony Mountain. Probably the most rugged section of the Horseshoe Trail. I'm gonna look for a place to take a little break before we head up there. Maybe this little rock right here. Well, not the most comfortable rock. I was getting tired of walking along that gravel road. Because I thought once we got off the rail trail it would be not quite like that, but I didn't realize they were redoing the whole Ratland Run trail up this way too. I mean, it does give them, this is a very remote area. It does give the authorities access to these areas in case there's an emergency up here or something. Alright, I'm gonna have a little something to drink and then maybe a snack or two, and then we'll finish the most difficult part of this hike out. Not just for today, but probably for the whole Horseshoe Trail in general, actually. But just some thoughts before I finish out this hike. I know thoughts can be dangerous, but I was talking about a reroute down near the bottom. I feel like, I mean, the rail trails, you can hike along it, but it's gonna be slightly boring. And coming up this road the way it is now, I feel like, I don't know. I feel like they could have a section. I feel like this is all state game land, it's all public land, so they could, I feel like the trail could be more like this right here, where it just feels more trail-like instead of road-like. Since this is all public land, you could do a trail like that. Just a thought. It might make it a little bit more, I don't know, interesting, I think. So just, because the way it is now, it feels like you're doing just a really long road walk. It's through the woods and stuff, but I don't know. Sometimes the Horseshoe Trail follows those roads because it's going through private land and the road is the only thing it can take. But since this is public land, you could have more of a trail-like feature. Anyway, just a thought. Anyway, I'll stop thinking and let's get up there. Let's finish this out get to the western terminus. But let's focus on the good. It is good to be off that gravel road and stuff and to be on a real trail. Alright, you gotta hustle to the top of Stony Mountain. Whew. But hey, the good thing is it's all downhill once we're done. Up, up, up. And the home stretch is ahead of us. The only thing kind of spoiling it is I can still hear the truck traffic and stuff. But, you know, they're doing their job. It's not really a complaint, but just an observation. Yeah. Getting there. Phew. Trail flattens out a little bit here, but yeah, whew. Up on Stony Mountain. So right there's Sharp Mountain. There's a gap here in Sharp Mountain. That's where we hiked up through on that road, and behind it is a Second Mountain. I believe that's what it's called. Yeah, a little ways up, Sharp Mountain and Stony Mountain, where we're on, kind of form one mountain. You know, I think where they join, it gets called Third Mountain. It gets confusing. Because I think when this is Stony Mountain, but when Stony Mountain crosses over into like Schuylkill County, I think it gets called Broad Mountain. They all keep changing names and stuff. All right, let's push to the final stretch to the top. Yeah, as we get to the top, there's some songs I could probably play. I won't because I don't want to get copyrighted, but there's that one song, what's it called? The Final Countdown? What was that group? Is that group called Europe? I think like a heavy metal band from the 80s. Do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do-do. Or you can play, what was that song? The Eye of the Tiger? Or some song from Rocky. But I don't want to get a copyright strike, so I'll have to forgo that. Need some trail maintenance up here. It's probably pretty recent though. Yeah, I always want to check for snakes around logs like this. They like to hide under here, so it's always a good idea to watch where you're putting your feet. This is why they call it Stony Mountain and Stony Valley. Stones everywhere. All right, now we're really on the final stretch. Oh, I see it. Is that it? Hold on a second. Right up here's the Appalachian Trail too. No, it's just a pile of rocks. There's a little monument up here. What happened to it? I guess it's beyond this. Yeah, there's the register box for it. Up on that tree right there. Maybe it's up ahead just a bit more. Yeah, here's the AT, just up ahead. There's a monument up here. All right, there it is. Okay, boom. Here we go. We're gonna touch the western terminus of the Horseshoe Trail. We have done it. Journey's end. Whew. Yeah, for some reason I thought it was up that way just a little bit more, but it's right here. End of the Horseshoe Trail, 121 miles from its origin at Valley Forge. I think it's more like 140 now, if I remember. Anyway, this was erected in 1974 in memory of Cyrus Sturgis Jr., linguist, translator, editor, trail companion par excellence. All right, so we got to get our thumbnail picture with the monument. But yeah, we are finished. It's been a long journey, but it's been a good one. So, yeah, back here is where I had placed that channel sticker that one time. I don't see nothing back here. I even had a pile of rocks back there. They're all gone. Anyway, we're going to take a nice long break up here. And of course, right here is the Appalachian Trail, which I've come up this way a number of times. Last time I was up here is the way I came up. But yeah, it's about 3 miles down to the highway. And that just keeps going off into the wilderness. All right, but let's find a spot. I think there's some nice spots up here. Oh, as I trip on rocks. Oh, yeah. Maybe this log up here. But I've got a bit of a journey just to get back. About 7 miles just to get here. 3 miles of biking and 4 miles of hiking. So it'll be a 14-mile day. Hiking, biking mixed. Yeah, it took me about 2.5 hours, just a little over 2.5 hours to get up here. Probably about 2 hours of hiking and half an hour of biking. So, Alright, just chill here for a bit before we head on out. Enjoy the moment. Alright, but time to get going. It's starting to get a little chilly up here actually. But yeah, so 7 miles back. Of course the hiking is all downhill from here, so that'll be nice. And as always, I won't film a whole lot on the way back. I'll just kind of pop in every now and then. Gotta find my bike. That's not an issue though. Alright, time to make the long journey back. So right there's the start of our road walking again, but I forgot to show you this on the way up. Put you down here, you can hear that? There's an underground stream here. It's called Ratland Run. And up that way is the boulder field that it flows under. It's kind of a cool thing. I haven't been up there for a while. Oh, what do they call that place? There's a name for it. Oh, I forget all of a sudden. Anyway. The Devil's Race Course, that's what it's called. We filmed there in the past. It's been a while though. Alright, and back to this. Alright. Goodbye, wonderful wilderness up there. Yeah, I just realized a feature up here that I missed too on the way up. Maybe this is what I was thinking about, because I was talking about there being structures out here too, besides the ones that were up there. But yeah, there is stuff here. This one right here. There was a building right in here. That's what I was thinking of. So I was right. I kind of missed it on the way up. It's okay yet. They haven't destroyed it, so all right. There's the rail trail. I'll tell you what, it was nice hiking down this. The camera didn't show you how steep that is, but that was a beast to go up. But all right, so 2 miles on the rail trail that way. I gotta find the bike. Yeah, here's the double blaze, the Horseshoe Trail. So up here is where the Horseshoe Trail leaves the rail trail. My bike is, I think my bike is down here somewhere. Let's go and get it. Yeah, so Horseshoe Trail goes down this way. I think I put it up here somewhere. I think. Yeah. I see it. Kind of covered it in, oops, thorns grabbing me. Yeah, I covered it with leaves a little bit and everything too, just to keep it a little more hidden, but it's under there. Now we just have 3 miles to bike back to where we parked, so let's finish this out. There's the parking lot. Well, that was a smooth ride back. It's a very slight grade, downhill grade coming back this way, but you can really feel it when you're coming back. So what time is it here? Hello. So It's a little past 3:30, so about an hour. Took about an hour less to come back, just because it was downhill, literally all the way. All right, but that'll be it, folks. That was a 14-mile day, biking and hiking. I feel good though, but I'm a little tired and hungry. Anyway, journey's end, the Horseshoe Trail, folks. That was a good way to end. I mean, a lot of construction, but the last part of it was really nice up there on the mountain. All right, but we have some other journeys planned, but I gotta get home, folks. Thanks for coming along, and thanks for coming along with me the whole time on the Horseshoe Trail, folks. Those of you who've been with me the whole time. Anyway, I'll see you around.